All right, we're back again with another episode of Roofer Reflections. I'm really happy to have Sonya here. Sonya, thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks, Tess. I'm so excited to be part of your show.
So, how did you make your way in? I guess from codes to more specifically roofing related.
Roofing made itself available to me. I found a company that was looking for someone to really take the lead on education and leadership development. How their company was put together and kind of their perspective really intrigued me. And it was one of the things I had a little bit of experience with as a more traditional building inspector that people need to understand. And, with having people learn about leadership and how to interact with people and thinking about mentoring up, mentoring down, mentoring side to side, this company had that ideology in the forefront. So I thought, oh wow, this is for me. So it was a nice new segue. I had been in inspectional services for many years and was slowly looking at making the transition into education a little bigger. So I was excited.
Can you explain, mentoring up, mentoring down, side to side, or examples for people that are not as familiar with that type of structure?
Absolutely. So one of the things I appreciated is that this company represented at least three different levels of leadership. So the initial leadership program was literally people up on the roof. So if you have a crew of 3, 5, 20 people up on a roof, there's a lot of really good communication that needs to take place, obviously, from so many perspectives, safety and just communicating. Everybody has to have a plan and what are they going to do? And it takes a really good leader to be able to go to that entire crew and say, okay, y'all, this is what we're doing today. And this is how we're going to get it done. And everybody needs to watch out for everybody else. And, if somebody's doing something inappropriate or unsafe, we need to call each other out and we need to say, okay, we're not going to do that. And then the mid-level leadership program was actually taking a big step then into more of the business running and looking at what type of people are we hiring? How can I, as a leader, mentor to the people that we're bringing on board? And then, of course, the third level was succession management. Like, where do we go from here? And how do we allow our team to grow? And one of the things that I always talked about is regardless of the role that you play in any company, you have to be able to, what I call mentoring up, mentoring down, and mentoring side to side. You can always share information and knowledge, regardless of what the person beside you, what their role is. Unfortunately, in many businesses, the upper part of management sometimes has not been at the ground level, so they may not quite have that perspective. So if we're there, we can be mentoring up and helping that individual better understand, just as the higher levels would mentor down. And then, of course, with our fellow team members, we need to be able to mentor side to side because we all have to watch out for everybody. Unfortunately, the construction industry has a very high rate of injury. A couple of years ago, there was a lot of information going out about construction representatives had a high rate of suicide, and that's scary. So we have to, as educators, make sure that we're getting the right information out there, making the right information available to people. So it's a lot to take on, but I think that once everybody has an opportunity to learn about it, they're more apt to do it.
What type of advice would you give for someone that's considering roofing as a career?
I think roofing is a great industry. And by that, I mean, there's always opportunity in the roofing industry to be gainfully employed. I think that it takes a very special person to be a roofer. I myself have enjoyed my roofing opportunities. I don't know that I could climb those steep slope roofs all of the time. I think it could be a very fun industry. If you're going to do it, I think that you need to really do the research and look at the entity that you're going to go work for. Safety is really big. And unfortunately, there are those out there, like every industry, there are those that don't quite have a great name. So you have to do the research and make sure that who you work for is going to take the time to get you well equipped and all your PPE and all of your safety perspectives and your safety plans and all of that kind of stuff. If they have that culture in their business, you're in a much better place.